What's going on, YouTubers? This is Buddy coming at you. Another quick video on a 65-gallon mixed reef. I just figured I'd do just a quick update today. I haven't done a video in a few months. I've just been busy. I haven't got a chance to set up the remote refugium yet, but I am going to do it. That is definitely something I'm going to do. I did actually set up the T5s, though. I installed the retrofit kit inside the canopy, and I'll show you that in a minute. I originally was going to do two 36-inch long fixtures, but when they got inside the canopy with the reflectors and the side pieces on, it didn't give me much room to install them. It was actually pretty tight, so I just went to the next size down, which was like the 24-inch long fixtures, and I'm just running two of those in there. And with the two T5 bulbs at 24 inches long a piece, I'm getting more than enough par between the LEDs and those two T5 fixtures. I put the par meter on there, and actually I think with the two 36-inch long T5 bulbs, I probably would have had to lower the LEDs to keep my par where I would have wanted them. I definitely probably would have had to lower the LEDs down. So I'm kind of glad that I ended up going with just those two 24-inch long T5 bulbs, because in the end it worked out for the best. I didn't have to adjust the LEDs, and I'm able to still get the full spectrum. I mean, that's the main reason why I added the T5s from the start, was just to get a more fuller spectrum. I run the Ecotech Radion Gen 3 Pro LED on this aquarium, and that gives me more than enough intensity, and I actually only run it at 50% maximum, and it only maxes out at 50% just for a few hours a day. I think 5 hours off the top of my head. Besides that, it's ramping up and ramping down, and the T5s come on for what, 5 or 6 hours. I have to double check, but either 5 or 6 hours as well, and that's it. My photo period is quite long. It's 12 hours in total, but it only reaches its max intensity for about 5 hours, and then it's just slowly ramping up and slowly ramping down. So I'm going to open up the canopy. I'll just show you really quick how I have these roughly retrofitted in there as of right now. I'm going to put one on each side of the Radions. Right now I just have them inside the canopy. So just let me pause the video real quick, and I'll come back to you when I'm inside the canopy. Alright guys, so this is Buddy, I'm back. Alright, we're inside the canopy right now, and you'll see the Radion light fixture there, and then you'll see the two T5 bulbs. Now, I had to tone down the camera. Wow, that's bright. I had to tone the camera down so you could actually pick it up. So everything around it you'll see looks really, really dark, because both the LEDs and T5s are on, and I'm looking up at it, and it is pretty bright right now. It's actually blinding me. So let me see if I can give you, so you see the Radions are on, and then I have my T5s, which are right here. They're retrofitted in there. Nothing special, and that's it. You know, just looking for a little extra pop. You know, not looking for anything too crazy. Just trying to get a little more pop out of there, ensuring that the corals are getting that full spectrum, like I've said. That rock right there that has the Duncans and the two chalices, the pink and yellow eye chalice and reverse Superman chalice, I did add that rock in there. I think that's going to look really cool when the Duncans grow out and those two chalices encrust onto the rock. I think that'll give a really cool look as time goes on. And you'll see I did, I don't know if I showed this in the last video, as soon as my yellow tang moves, I did mount that Favia in the back on that rock. And I'm hoping that kind of encrust over that entire rock. It is starting to encrust down onto the rock. I'll try to give you a shot of that here in a second. Again, you'll see that I have my Zoa and Softy Garden with some SPS, some bird's nest corals down there. And they're starting to grow out really nice. I mean, the tank is taking off, it's doing quite well. I haven't got... my SPS pieces should be a lot bigger, but I have a big snail in here somewheres that likes to crawl around and snap off good sized chunks of my SPS corals at times. So he might end up going down in the sump, needless to say, and I might go with some smaller ones. I go with the Mexican turbo snails, and I also have some other snails in here, and they get quite big, basically, is what I'm trying to say. They get big. Let me see if I can find them in here. Find one of them anyways. Yeah, there's one right there. You see that? Looks like part of the rock. Down right there. It looks like the part of the rock. That is actually a snail. He's a monster. Let me see if I can get you a better look over here. Or not. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. There he is right there. He's pretty darn big. That's a big snail. Looks like part of the rock. He's so darn big. And then let me see here. You'll see it is starting to, you see the eye starting to encrust onto the rock. I mean, I'm getting a, let me shut my power heads off here to cut back on the shimmer, because the shimmer really messes up the camera and makes it not focus as well. But you'll see that this Favia is starting to encrust onto the rock, and it's looking really nice, and I think that's going to look really cool as that grows out and covers that entire rock. So that'll be something I'll be looking forward to. And then I got my tongue twister, my egg hands, which are really looking great. I mean, the colors are really starting to pop, especially with the added T5s in there. I'm really getting some good coloration out of there, and I think that's going to look super cool when the egg hands all start to grow out, and hopefully they kind of all grow into one another and look super cool and just give a really cool contrast to that part of the tank. And I'm actually going to move that SBS coral down there because there's a little ledge at the top and it's kind of blocking some of it. It doesn't look like it on camera, and now that I've added the T5s, it's not blocking it as much, but it still is, and I'm getting some die off due to shadowing. So needless to say, it's going to get moved. And everything else is doing quite well. A lot of my coralline algae looks white on camera for some odd reason. You'll see it looks like there's white spots on my rocks. There we go, which is quite odd. That's not the case, but sure does look like that. And this piece is thriving quite well. I believe it's a type of Favia. Never really was quite sure what the name of that was. I'm definitely thinking it's from the Favia family. I actually got it in What You See Is What You Get sale that my local, obviously my LFS was having. One of my LFSs. I go to 3 of them. And they were having a What You See Is What You Get sale. And this didn't really have that great of coloration. It was kind of stuck in the back. You know, it wasn't anything that he was real proud of. But, you know, and I said, hey, what do you want for it? He goes, give me $10. I threw him $10. Brought it home, gave it a few days, a few weeks. The eye started to turn a really nice fire red, and it almost has a purplish kind of pink outline to it, which is pretty nice. So it really did come to life, and it was worth the $10 to me. I would do it again. So my green star polyps are looking really sharp. I mean, I love GSP. I'm hoping that this piece really encrusts and grows over that and just looks amazing down there. Let me see here. What else can I talk about? You'll see the mushrooms they've gone nuts. Mushrooms gone wild. You know, it's just crazy. I'm going to add some more different variety of zoas in there and polyothoas to really give a good contrast. I got my red people eaters. I got some gorilla nipples. I got some nuclear zoas. I got all kinds in there. My one frog spawn is just not doing well for some odd reason. Maybe it's not liking that area. This is the mother colony here, but that other head did die. This is the one that I took from the 20 gallon that I thought was recovering and doing well, and it was for a while, but it just took a turn for the worst, and the other head hasn't opened up, and I've been meaning to move it to try to put it in a different position. Maybe there's too much flow, not enough flow, maybe it's getting too much light. Not quite sure what the exact issue is. There could be something over there bothering it, so I'm not quite sure what the issue is at the moment. I just haven't tried to address it or move it around in any way. But yeah, guys, that's a quick update of the tank. Everything's still the same. I haven't changed anything around besides adding those T5s in there. Coral growth is doing good. I had to get some new test kits. My test kits were out, and I didn't get them right away. I went about a month without running any test as far as calcium goes. So that was the only test that was out, was my calcium test kit. So when I got the calcium and I checked my calcium was a little high. It was about 460. So I had to do a little adjustment there and bring it down. I started doing a little bit more weekly water changes. I do just let me not saying doing more weekly water changes. I just started to keep up on them more. I was slacking for a while, so I had to adjust my calcium because I wasn't doing the water changes as regularly like I normally would. And then I started doing them on a regular basis again, and I didn't adjust the calcium to that because basically I didn't have a test kit, so I didn't want to adjust anything. My calcium, I was all out of my calcium solution, and I didn't want to adjust anything. So when I finally got it in, ran my test, I was at about 460 parts per million, which isn't too crazy, but it's higher than I would like it. So I got it back down where I like it. 420 parts per million is where I like to keep it. My DKH, carbon hardness, is at 9. Calcium, or my magnesium is at 1250. I don't really bring it any higher than that. I used to run it at 13, and then at one time I ran it at 1350. But I think 1250 for me, I find it to be the sweet spot. That's where I like to keep it. Everybody's tank is different. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Everything's doing good. Just a quick little update. Thought I'd just show you where I'm at and show you how everything's going. Alright guys, this is Buddy coming at you with another quick video. As soon as I get the time to start building a new stand for the 20 gallon for the refugium, so it'll fit in that area where I wanted to put it, because I have to build a new stand. The stand I have is too big. It's not going to work for the area that I want to put it in. So once I get the new stand built, or start building it, I'll start doing some more videos, guys. Alright, like I said, this is Buddy coming at you another quick video on the 65 gallon mixed reef. I'll catch you guys later, man. Peace. Happy reefing.